You mostly sleep in shelter tonight. Expect for music up by the fire. You will all sleep there. Who built the shelter? Clamor rose at once. Everyone had built the shelter. Relaf had to wave the conch once more. Wait a moment, I mean, who built all three? We all built the first one, four of you the second one, and me, Simon, built the last. On over there. That's why it's so totally now. Don't laugh. That shelter might fall down if the rain come back. We will need these shelters then. He paused and cleared his throat. There is another thing we should told rock right along beyond the beacon pole as a elevator. That was sensible too. The Tate clean the place up, you littleness. Now about that, there were scenery here and there, and swift glancy. Now people seem to use anywhere, even near the shelter and the platform. You limited when you are getting fruit. If you are taken short, the humbly roared. I said, if you are taken short, you keep away from the fruit. That's dirty. Laughter rose again. I said, that's dirty. He plucked at his stiff grey shirt. That's really dirty. If you are taken short, you go right along the beach to the rock sea. Biggie held out his hand for the conch. But Relaf shook his head. His speech was plain. Point the point. We have all got to use the rock again. This place is getting dirty. He passed the assembly sensing a chorus was tensely expected. And then about the fire. Relaf let out his fire breath with a little gasp that was showed by his dance. Jacques started to chip a piece of wood with his knife and whispered something to Robert, who looked away. The fire is the most important thing on the island. How can we ever be resurrection except by luck? If we don't keep a fire going, is a fire too much for you to make? He flung out an arm. Look at us. How many are we? And we can keep a fire going to make smoke. Don't you understand? Can't you see? We have to off to the before we let the fire out. There was a self-concision giggling among the hunters. Look at us, how many are we? And yet we can't keep a fire going to make smoke. Don't you understand? Can't you see we have to dead before we let the fire out? There was a self-concision giggling among the hunters. Relaf turned on them. Possibility. You hunter, you can laugh, but I tell you the smoke is more important than the big. However often you kill on, though all of you see his spread his arm wide and turned to the whole triangle. We have got to make smoke up there, or he paused, feeling for his next point. And another thing, someone called out, too many things. There come a measure of agreement to laugh overawed them. And another thing, we nearly set the whole island on fire, and we waste time rolling rock and making little cooking fire. Now I see this and make it a rule because I am chef. We won't have a fire anywhere but on the moment ever. There was a row. Immediately, boy stopped up and shooted and Olaf shooted back because if you want a fire to cook fish or grub, you can rely will go up the mountain. That's why we will be certain hands were reaching for the conch in the light of the setting sun. He held on and leaped on the trunk. All this I mean to say, now I have said it. You voted me for chef. Now you do what I see. They quaked slowly and at least were seated again. Olaf dropped down and spoke in his ordinary voice. So remember, the rock for elevator kept the fire going and smoke showing as a single. Don't take fire from the moment. Take your food up there. Jack stood up, scowling in the gloom, and held out his hand. I haven't finished yet, but you have talked and talked. I have got the conch. Jack sat down, grumbling. Then the last thing, this is what people can talk about. He waited till the platform was very still. Things are breaking up. I don't understand why. We began well, we were happy, and then he moved the can gently, looking beyond them, and nothing. Remember the beast, the snack, the fire, the talk of fire. The people start getting frightened. A murmur, almost a moan, rose and paced away. Jack had stupid, whittling laugh went on apprehensively. But that is littleness talk we will get. That's right. So the last part, the bit we can all talk about, is kind of deciding on the fire. The ire was creeping into his eyes again. We have got to talk about this fire and decided there is nothing in it. I am frightened myself, something only that nonsense like boogieing. Then when we have decided, we can start again and be carefully about things like the fire. A picture of three boys walking along the bright beach flitted through his mind, and be happy ceremoniously laugh like the conch on the trunk beat him as a saying that the beach was over. What single reached them was level. Jack stood up and took the conch. So this is a meeting to find out what's what. I will tell you what's what. Your littleness started all this. With the fire talk, bested where from? Of course, we are frightened something, but we put up with being frightened only. Ralph says you scream in the night. What does that mean? But nightmares anyway. You don't hunt or build or help. You are a lot of cry, beeped and cease. That's what. And as for the fire, you will have to put up with that like the rest of yous. Olaf looked at Jack open-mouthed, but Jack took no notes. The thing is, fire can't hurt you any more than a dream. There aren't any beasts to be afraid of on this island. He looked along the row of whispering littleness. Survive you right. If something did get you, you insult a lot of cry beeps, but there is no animal Relaf interrupted him testily. What is all this? Who said anything about an animal?